A good Friday afternoon to all of you all. Everybody okay? Semua dah makan? Ngantuk? Tak? Belum lagi? Okey, kalau nanti rasa ngantuk bagi tahu saya ya. Terima kasih. Okay. We are here today to learn a little bit of AI. For those of you all who are not very familiar, memang kita orang tahu apa tu AI. In a sense, kita pernah pakai kan, in some way or other kan. Tapi dari mana AI ni bermula, bagaimana dia bermula? Hanya tahap yang kita tahu adalah tahap yang dia dah sampai, tercapai ke hari ini kan. Tapi sebelum ni apa cerita dia, apa yang berlaku sebelum ni? Sedikit sejarah dalam AI. Okay. Ini profil saya. Nama saya Julian. Mampan dan libah, sakit mulut nanti. Senang nak panggil Julian boleh atau J paling senang. Ada J kat sini selain dari saya? Ada tak? Okay, Johan. Okay, ada konflik tak apa, dia orang panggil Julian sajalah. Alright. And then I've got 25 years of experience. I worked in telco, Maxis. Berapa orang sini pakai Maxis? And then pernah kerja di Rate 1. Rate 1 berapa orang pakai? Tak ada. Yang kedua di telco. And then media, advertising and marketing. Siapa suka iklan? Bila tengok drama, siapa tengok Dia Imamku? Ada? Tak ada? 1000 setahun? Ada? Tak ada? So iklan yang selalu keluar in between drama tu kan, atau masa berita rutin utama dan sebagainya kan. Saya punya kerja pergi jual iklan. Iklan kat radio, iklan kat TV. So bila you dengar Raga, bila you dengar Era atau Sina FM atau Hot FM, itulah saya salah seorang penjual iklan tu. So saya bekerja masa itu di Astro Radio dan kemudian ke TV. And then otomotif tahun 97 saya join Proton. Saya buat dia punya, tolong dia buat QC. Masa itu ada backlog banyak. Masa itu dia perlukan pertolongan sikit. Sebab banyak kereta dah keluar tapi dia punya QC belum habis, so tak boleh deliver kat customer. Masa itu saya join Proton. IT, saya pernah bekerja sebagai SAP ABAP programmer. SAP adalah satu software lah. And then NDT ni actually dia non-destructive testing. So paling senang cerita, kita tahu tak tong gas kat rumah tu? Tong gas tu bila dia buat, first time dia buat, kita kena check tong gas tu selamat ke tak. Macam kita pergi hospital buat x-ray, untuk tong gas tu kita buat x-ray juga, ada fluid keluar, dengan kita kena tuliskan dia punya apa yang kita tengok, apa yang kita nampak. So itu untuk tong gas, tapi kita ada pipe-pipe besar yang meletup hari tu. So pipe macam tu dan construction, manufacturing semua, we kena go through this NDT testing. Cable lift tu naik 25 tingkat, 30 tingkat, 40 tingkat tu. Cable tu bila buat kena test. Lepas 10 tahun kena test lagi satu kali, baru boleh guna balik. Kalau tidak kena tukar. Itu NDT. And then selain daripada tu, most of dari kerjaya saya ni, dia ada bagi I bidang dalam operasi, which under operations lah, how to operate the office, the department, and sales, and ada yang technical. Sebab masa kat Maxis, orang komplain, I tak boleh terima SMS lah, I tak boleh hantar SMS lah. Masa tu tahun 99, SMS keluar tahun 99. Banyak orang ada problem. Kenapa SMS I tak dapat? I hantar, I tak boleh hantar. So problem macam tu falls under network technical lah. So yeah. Then punya education, saya habis NCC ni computer science 20 tahun dulu. Nah, sekarang dia panggil computer science. Dulu NCC, dia satu UK program. Saya buat dekat Summer College. And then saya ada certificate dalam ABAP programming, SAP. And then bila saya masuk bidang marketing, menceburi bidang marketing, adalah buat yang tu Australian program lah. Co-learning level 1, marketing pro level 2. Okey, adalah sedikit peraturan lah. Nak minta kerjasama semua. Telefon bimbing semua dah masuk silent. Kalau belum, tolonglah. Kedua, ambillah perhatian belajar yang seberapa yang boleh tu ya. Dan nombor 3 tu, kalau ada apa-apa soalan tolong tanyalah. Dan kalau ada panggilan yang terus diambil juga apa, boleh katakan dulu anda. Dan last one, timing lah. Nanti lepas break, sebab kita dah habis on time kan. Masa break pun kalau semua sekalian semua balik on time, senang lah, kita boleh habis on time. Ya? Simple. Okay, icebreaker. Guru dengan Izzah dah dapat kan? Guru Okey, untuk icebreaker ni kita ambillah dalam 10 minit cuba buat. Saya dah bagi satu kertas. So dalam kertas tu ada 3 perkara yang diorang kena lukis. Siapa nak magic color, siapa nak color pencil? Pilih yang ni. Siapa nak magic color? Color juga. Apa? Ada lagi. Siapa nak? Okay. Ini pun boleh. Color pencil atau magic color? Cukup. Join lah magic color. Okay. Magic one. One magic color, one kaki. Ada yang tak cukup? Extra. Okay. So first tu apa tu? Makanan kegemaran. Ni kena lukis tak? Lukis. Jangan tengok yang sebelah-sebelah. Makanan kegemaran, minuman kegemaran, dan airnya. Hobi. Masa lapang tu apa yang orang suka buat? Semalam ada tak masa open house, raya open house malam ada tak makanan kegemaran anda dihidangkan semalam?
Ada, banyak sangat.
Banyak sangat?
Sampai dah kenyang.
8 tak apa. As long as tak ngantuk, sudah. Kenapa ada KFC kat depan? Berapa orang sini suka KFC original flavor? Tak. Semua suka hot and spicy je. Payah lukis cantik-cantik pun okey. Kadang cukup nampak. Oh, Joshua bukan main. Color shading lagi. Oh, ni artis ni dalam kumpulan kita. Dia pilih semua green yang lain-lain semua. Oh, I see. Lagi apa tu ya? Minuman kegemaran saya, Sprite. Macam mana nak lukis Sprite? Tak apa, lukisan cincang pun boleh. Kita tak ada markah. Ini kita nak bagi rakan-rakan yang lain susah sikit. Biar susahkan sikit. Ini baru susah sikit dah tepi tu. Macam ada Da Vinci Code tu lah. Okey, sudah habis dah. Okay, lagi 2 minit. Jadi macam exam ni. Semua kesulitan masa nak habis. Ridwan dah habis. Ridwan pun dah habis. Belum habis. Dah habis. Orang ni pun habis. Kain. Awal.
Ini aja.
Tengoklah apa yang dia.
Dah tunjuk.
Masa-masa dulu. Baru lukis. Dia dah tahu lah dia memang laju. Apa dia lukis dulu. Dulu memang suka lah. Okay lah, bikin Ifa boleh lah. Orang cuti Saturday atau orang kerja Saturday? Hari Sabtu? Penting.
Ada yang kerja tak?
Ada yang kerja, ada yang tak. Okay lah, so those yang tak kerja besok pun dah boleh pergi lah buat benda kegemaran dan pergi makan sekali. Okay? Baik. Ustaz boleh Ikhwan?
Wow.
Ini nak hantar pergi awak ni. Dia suka tu. Suka. Ni suka, mesti suka barangan ni. Oh, melukis. Okey. Okey. Mari kita tukar. Tukar. Hilang. Hai dengan Amirul. Tapi Amirul punya dah senang lah. Dia sudah tulis lah. Tak apa. Okey. Kita bermula dengan Bawani. Okay, Bawani. Now you need to introduce yourself. Your name and where you from to the rest.
Okay, my name is Bawani, and I'm from Klang, Taman Sentosa Klang.
Anything else you want to say? Okay. Jeff, be my guest.
Hi everyone, my name is Jan and I'm actually from Selangor. More specifically, I'm from Melaka.
Okay. Josh.
Hello, I'm Joshua. I'm from Selangor. Hi, my name is Julian. I'm from Damansara.
Liza.
Hi, my name is Liza. I'm from Sungai Selangor.
Oh. So tu ada banjir your place? Tak
So
kena.
far, dulu pernah tak?
Oh, okay. 2 hari lepas saya kena tak ada.
Saya di kampung tak kena.
Okay. See. Right, bagus. Yes.
Hi, saya Nurul from Kerinci.
Oh.
Hello, my name is Kolas. I'm from Sabah.
Wow. The name now. Okay.
Hello everyone, my name is Ifa and I'm from Semeru, Selangor.
Hi, my name is Sky. I'm from Kota Damansara.
Amirul.
Okay, hi. Nama saya Amirul. Saya berasal dari PJ.
Petaling Jaya. Okay lah, samalah kampung saya lah. Saya pun dari Petaling Jaya. Ada kampung. Dari kecil di sini juga. Okay, next. Anak diorang teka apa yang diorang tulis tu, and then tengok siapa punya tu. Cuba teka. Okay, Nurul. Start dengan Nurul. Tengok. Jangan tengok saja. Cuba teka apa yang dilukis dulu.
Okey,
Ya.
orang yang melukis ni dia suka coklat. Dan saya tak pasti sama dia ni Coke ataupun kopi ataupun coklat. Ais. And then dia suka membaca bagus.
Oh, baca lah. Wah, very good lah. Siapa tu ya?
Saya tahu kedudukan dia, tapi saya
Yang mana?
tak tahu nama dia.
Siapalah cuba teka. Scholars ke? Scholars.
Scholars, minta maaf scholars ya.
At least I should have
Dia
choose.
cakap ini apa sebenarnya?
Apa?
Nescafe.
Okay, cara dia lukis macam tu lah, Nescafe. Alright. These are, okay. I should have done it the other way around. Tak apa, never mind.
Favorite food dia ayam goreng, saya rasa. Ayam goreng. Tapi favorite dia ni saya tak pasti warna hijau.
Hijau
Green tea kot.
Green tea.
Very healthy.
Macam.
Macam atau green tea. Favorite movie dia Netflix and ada apa tu? Popcorn.
Dia suka tengok wayang lah.
Suka tengok wayang.
Ni siapa tu?
Ifa.
Okay. Ridwan dari sini pula.
Okay, favorite food yang ni apple. Saya suka makan apple saya rasa. Makan buah saya rasa.
Kau buah.
And then air ke
Air oren kan? Air oren. Ada straw lagi.
tip ais.
Wow, bagus pula.
Apa lah? Air coklat kot. Buah coklat. So untuk favorite hobi dia selalu tengok Netflix dia.
Ni siapa ni?
Nurul saya.
Okay. Okay, tu Joshua punya I lah. Itu tak lah. Okay. Alright.
Senang.
Okay. So Joshua. Chocolate, okay?
Coklat.
Somebody here likes chocolate a lot. Boba tea.
Air boba.
Cha time. Watching movies. Okay. Siapa tu? Kai. Wah, your face written there ni lah. Joshua dah tahu dah. Okay, Amirul.
Saya nama aku suka makan sandwich dengan mi burger. Sandwich makan yang favorite dia buah lah. 2 air favorite kopi. 3 apa ni? Favorite hobi pastime. Makan durian. Dia mungkin suka makan ni.
Makan je.
Makan ni.
Masa apa tu makan juga.
Tahu?
Lauk apa?
Tahu.
Ikan.
Pisang.
Pisang.
Apa bahasa apa?
Amirul lah. Cuba teka.
Teka lah.
Siapa itu dia?
Kan.
Apa lah?
Johan.
Salah.
Awak ni?
Kan.
Siapa? Oh, sana.
Siapa?
Apa sebelah aku? Liza.
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 Ya, betul.
Apa tu yang bawah tu?
Ni apa bawah?
Makan pinggan.
Oh, oh suka makan.
Makan.
Okay. Kai.
Hari ini makanan kegemaran dia pizza.
Oh.
Lepas tu dia punya minum kegemaran Coke dengan Pepsi.
Coke dan Pepsi lah.
Tu hobi dia suka main badminton.
Oh, siapa ni?
Spider. No hide.
Ikut air
Dia
mana?
kat sana daripada Joshua.
Siapa yang salah macam pizza?
Sama dia tu ada. Bukan. Kemani.
Bukan macam ni kan?
Okey. Ifa.
Cuma saya. Favorite food dia nasi lemak.
Okey, dah tahu. Oh, dah tulis dah. Dah tulis jawapan dah. Macam tu ni. Dah tulis jawapan. Orang teka. Kita apa?
Suka minum teh tarik.
Okey.
Lepas tu suka naik motor.
Apa lah tu? Siapa tu?
Motor super bike tau. Saya tahu lah, mirror kan.
Mira dah.
Betul.
Kalau sama lah.
Okay, Salas.
Okay. Yang ni orang dia suka makan mi sup.
Sup lah, mi apa tak tahu lah. Sup lah. Okey, ada sup.
Kikot. Ya, minuman kegemaran oren bukan macam jus oren tapi macam kopi. Terus hobi baca Snow White.
Baca Snow White. Zaman sekarang ada Snow White lagi.
Siapa?
Mungkin ini Johan.
Betul. Okey, Johan. Jeff. Your turn.
Okey, yang ni tak terlalu pasti makanan kegemaran dia apa. Nampak macam aku macam terlalu pasti dia, tapi saya agak assume Maggi. Lepas tu dia punya favourite drink tu air kelapa. Lepas tu yang satu main bola lah ni. Boleh lah. Yang ni saya rasa puan eh. Dia puan.
Okey.
Betul tak? Betul. Puan. Ni apa ni?
Steamboat.
Oh, steam. Maggi. Okey.
Okey. Ni your turn.
Okay, saya punya tengok gambar dulu.
Wah,
Kita kat sini Japanese food. Kari udon. Lepas tu favourite air dia Justy ke Juicy ke saya tak tahu brand mana tahu. Then hobby dia main badminton. Boleh. Since semua dah bukan Joshua.
Okey. Patutlah badan tegak. Macam atlet. Selalu main badminton. Okay, very good. So sekarang at least we know everybody's name. Orang tahu nama. Kenapa dia orang makanan kegemaran masa lampau. Tapi Netflix banyak ada. Oh, wayang lah. Dulu dengan Nifa. Okay, alright. Okay, next. Inilah yang kita nak cuba belajar ini. Cuba faham evolusi AI. AI itu dah berapa lama berada sebelum kita tahu. Okay, dari mana dia datang, dah berapa lama dia berada. Kedua, define itu maksudnya sebenarnya. Maksud dan perbezaan antara artificial intelligence, machines, human intelligence, and dia punya karakter-karakter lah. Okay, yang ketiga, saya nak explain apakah peranan human intelligence dalam AI. And lastly, untuk AI ni kita kena ada etika. Right? Kena ada etika dengan peraturan perundangan yang kita perlu patuh dalam AI ni. Okay, topik yang kita nak cover dua. Satu, history AI. And, pertama, history AI. Secondly, ialah ethical and legal consideration. Pertimbangan etika dan perundangan. Ya. Okay. Inilah roadmap. Roadmap yang penting untuk AI. Bermula dari tahun 1642. Jauh tu. Sampai ke hari ini 2018. Okey, di sini semua boleh nampak yang ni nama dia Blaise Pascal. Alright. Sekejap lagi kita akan tengok apa yang dia buat lah. And then Alan Turing, seorang lagi yang important dalam apa ni, AI. And adalah a few more yang saya akan kongsikan sebentar lagi. Okey, AI in history. Mechanical calculator. Tahun berapa? 1942 by Blaise Pascal. Dia keluarkan mechanical calculator. Semua paper lah, dia tak pakai paper lagi dah. So that was the first calculator. Kedua, chess. Chess ni kita main dengan chess game ni dengan papan kan. Tapi dia dah tulis algoritma dan kita boleh main dia dalam komputer. Nama program tu Turbo Champ, tahun 1948. Ketiga, chatbot. Yang kita tahu first, yang naik bagi tahu tadi, kita mula dengan SMS dulu kan. Kita punya chatting mula dengan SMS kan dulu. SMS, lepas tu ada yang masih ingat MIRC tak? Ada. Okey. Itu yang sekarang, tapi dulu bila? Mari kita tengok bila. Nama chatbot pertama tu Elijah. Tahun 1966 sudah ada. Kalian semua tak tahu, tapi tengok dia orang dah mula masa tu. Dia guna NLP language. Lagi Shaky, the robot. Inilah robot pertama yang boleh buat keputusan sendiri bila dia buat tugasan yang diberi itu. Dia orang namakan dia Shaky sebab dia menggeletar. Apa-apa yang dia buat tu, dia bagi dia satu pen, dia boleh pegang tapi menggeletar. Dia jalan pun macam orang tua nak jatuh, terhuyung ayam tu, macam tu. So, itu pun tahun 1966. Next, robot vacuum cleaner. Siapa ada kat rumah pakai robot vacuum cleaner? Oh, rajin semua orang sapu sendiri, mop sendiri ya. Aku punya kawan satu, dia ada 3. Satu untuk sapu, satu untuk mop, lagi satu untuk vacuum. Sampai 3 dia ada kat rumah. Yang ni Joe Jones yang dapatkan idea ni pada tahun 1989. Sekarang kita dah ada banyak lah. Okey, last, yang ni paling interesting ni, the Turing test. Ni nama tadi pun dah keluar dah. Alan Turing ni, dia buat satu test paper, satu ujian bernama Turing test. Yang itulah asas ChatGPT hari ini. Dia actually GPT. Dia GPT, dia punya main core tu GPT. Baru ada ChatGPT. So sekarang kita orang siapa biasa guna ChatGPT? Atau banyak guna ChatGPT? Ya. Alright, bagus. Kita kena apa ni, sambut the new technology yang sampai ke tangan kita. Okay, activity time. Right. Adalah sedikit soalan-soalan gratis. Very easy. Okay, let's see. Ni I nak bulat satu. Tunggu Okay, first person jawab soalan ni. Okay, I am used to process information but have no brain. What am I? Joshua, we start with you. I am used to process information. Tapi tak ada otak. Apa tu saya? next person. Bagi siapa you nak kena tu. Siapa you nak kenakan bagi.
ChatGPT.
Okay, tak apa. ChatGPT. We will see the answer shortly. Next, I help your phone. I keep your phone alive. But I'm not a charger. What am I?
Electricity.
Okay, electricity. Okay, tak apa. Okay, siapa you nak kenakan pula? Ridwan.
Biru.
Pilih lah. Oh, your favorite lah. I can show you the world with just a few taps, but I don't have eyes. Tak apa bagi. There is no right or wrong. Just bagi sebab yang ni memang brain teaser. Ni nak cuba kelirukan dia orang. Sekejap. Sebelum I masuk topik tu.
Dia sampai kat itu dulu.
Dia boleh dia is always equipment, a device,
Binocular.
peranti.
Teleskop.
Okay, tak apa. Last one. I help you type out words and sentences, but I don't speak. What am I? Hari-hari orang guna.
Keyboard.
Okay. Mari kita tengok jawapan. First one. Joshua. Second one. Bateri lah. Kita asyik cari charger sebab bateri tak ada kan. Itulah dia cakap, I'm not a charger. Okay, third one. Saya boleh tunjuk you just with a few taps. Boleh pergi Paris dan balik, tengok gambar-gambar semua. Okay, the last one. This one semua orang dapat betul. Okay. Alright, next. What is AI? Okay. Daripada pendapat anda semua, apa yang orang fikir AI itu sebenarnya? Adakah dia satu manusia? Adakah dia satu program?
Dia program.
Program. Okay, mari kita tengok. Ni apa nampaknya? Robot. Okay, robot ni consider hardware. Tapi sebelum hardware itu kena ada one more thing. So untuk buat software tu kena ada. So the technology that allows computers to perform tasks that usually requires human intervention. Teknologi yang membolehkan komputer membuat tugasan tanpa pertolongan manusia. Ya. Okay. Next, what is machine learning? Pembelajaran mesin. Adakah ia dari pengalaman atau daripada data, atau dia ikut arahan saja? Di sini dia ikut arahan, dia jadi orang suruhan saja. Okay, mari kita tengok. Tengok banyak tangan tu. Tak tahu berapa mesin sana. Okey. Ialah mesin, robot. Okay, so mesin pun ada, robot ada, software, which is program yang Jeff cakap. And program tu software and program that performs complex tasks independently tanpa dibagi arahan. Alright? That is also part of AI. Next. Tadi all of y'all ada makanan kegemaran tadi kan? You also want to know apa yang dimasukkan dalam acar tu kan? Or that apa? Steamboat tu, sup dia tu. So dia ada resepi dia. Okay, mari kita tengok resepi AI ni. So resepi AI ni sebenarnya jawapan dah ada dah. Human intelligence. So human intelligence ni apa? Okay, dalam bahasa Malaysia, human intelligence tu kecerdasan manusia. right? So which involves emotional process. Dia ialah proses emosi dengan faktor genetik, persekitaran, education, culture dan pengalaman yang perlu untuk dia memainkan peranan untuk personal development dan kemajuan masyarakat. Ya. Okey, gambar ni apa yang diorang boleh kenal pasti dari gambar ni?
Komunikasi.
Okay. So the first one is komunikasi ya. Okay. Second one yang ada arrow semua tempat tu.
Problem solving.
Nombor 2.
Nombor 3.
Nombor 3 okey. Alright. Nombor 2
Instruction.
instruction. Okey. Berapa orang bila mak happy dia tengok you semua happy. Bila mak tengok you dengan mata yang garang, dari mana tu? Apa tu? Komunikasi juga kan? Kita pergi dengan budak-budak kita, bila tak nak marah, tengok aja dia dah tahu kita marah kan? Itu pun cara communication. Di sini dia pakai sign language. Ya. Okay. Communication using language. Kedua, making decision, membuat keputusan. Ketiga, correct, like what the Lord said, solve problems. This is our human ability. This is what we can do. So we see the situation, we can communicate, make decisions to solve problems. This is our human capacity lah, apa yang kita boleh buat. Tapi komputer tu tak tahu benda ni. Sebab this is from the human kan, kita punya our intelligence, kecerdasan kita. Okay, bila AI dah mula buat dia punya kerja tu, this is what you will see. AI ni macam dia nak cuba jadi manusia, tapi dia bukan manusia. Dia cuba. So dia mimic, is imitation of human intelligence by machines designed to think similarly and learn similarly like people. Yeah? It refers to a technology that allows computers and devices to mimic human abilities such as learning, understanding, problem solving, decision making, creativity dan independence. So yang ni yang membuatkan dia jadi pandai. Kalau tak ada yang ni semua, dia tak ada kebolehan untuk nak buat. Ya? Ini yang dia perlu, keperluan dia. So dia ambil, dia tirulah. In other words, dia meniru manusia. Dia cuba meniru manusia supaya dia pun boleh belajar daripada manusia. Okay, next, machine learning. Tengok komputer tu dah semak dah, banyak sangat dia download. Okay, so machine learning ni, dia punya maksud actually is focus on developing computer algorithms that enable software to learn and improve automatically through experience. So dia belajar menggunakan pengalaman. Dan example yang dibagi tu ialah nak buat analisis data, nak buat ramalan macam mana. So katakan kita nak tahu besok hujan ke tak. So kita check dengan Google Weather kan. Dia check dulu dia punya data yang ada tu, dia buat analisa dulu, lepas tu dia buat ramalan. Okay, besok ramalan macam mana. Then lepas dia dah buat ramalan tu, barulah kita tahu, okay, besok bila Amirul keluar bawa motor, nak bawa raincoat ke tak nak bawa raincoat, atau alah tak apalah, bawa kereta je lah. Mungkin dia ada dating nanti malam, tiba sapu you pula kan. So okay, dia membantu manusia buat keputusan lah dengan dia punya dia punya ramalan menggunakan data yang dia ada tu. So example, YouTube. Bawah ni suka makan pizza. Bawah ni pernah masak pizza tak? No. Tapi kalau nak masak pizza mana?
Pizza budget pernah. Not the exact pizza.
Not the exact pizza. Okay. So kalau kita masuk YouTube, kita type how to make pizza, or katakan Hawaiian chicken ke pepperoni, tengok which flavor tu kan. Then dia akan keluar a string of videos kan. So kita choose one of it, kita tengok. Lepas tu you tengok, dia akan ikut. Ada pizza, setiap kali buka YouTube dia ikut. Dia dah profilekan you sebagai seorang yang suka makanan. So anything to do with cooking, food, dia cuba salurkan feed dia tu, maklumat tu. So mungkinlah, manalah tahu kita akan tekan dan tengok kan. So dia dah pandai baca your behavior, apa yang you suka. Shopee pun sama. Bila you dah beli periuk, dia cuba tunjuk periuk-periuk yang lain, yang nak grill lah, lepas tu yang nak steam lah dan sebagainya. Nanti dia pergi tunjuk you dapur. Oh ini dapur bagus, oh ini dapur elektrik, ini dapur gas. Dari sana. So dia ikut. Kalau dah ada air, dia punya apa ni, resepi dia macam ni. Kalau dah ada air, mestilah ada cawan. Kalau dah ada cawan, ini cawan. Kalau cawan macam ni yang Jeff pegang ni, ini untuk air sejuk boleh. Kalau air panas sangat tak boleh pegang. So okey, dia perbezakan air sejuk. Okey, kita promote ni. Kalau air panas ni, atau orang yang suka flash tu, dia promote. So dari air dia mula ke sampai ke bekas air tu. Dari cawan sampai ke bekas, then dia pergi color dan sebagainya. So itu Shopee. Of course Siri, semua yang pakai iPhone dah tahulah. Dia macam penolong kita, personal assistant. How's the weather tomorrow Siri? Dia bagi tahu. Sama dengan Alexa. Alexa di Malaysia kurang sikit tapi memang ada pakai. And kita punya Google. Moment kita search for something, dalam all the information akan datang, dia akan ikut feed. So dia buat analisa, dia buat ramalan dia sendiri, dia bagi feed information. Tengok kita ambil ke tak. Dia pancing lah, dia pancing kita. Okay, quick recap. So AI ni actually is what? AI ni dia menjadi lebih pandai from apa? Pengalaman kita sebagai manusia. Macamlah sama macam how we learn how to ride a bike. Dulu ibu ayah kena pegang. Dan ada tiga roda belakang, ada 2 roda belakang tu yang ekstra tu kan. Lama-lama dah boleh kayu sendiri. Dan dah boleh laju macam Merol. Merol. Basikal boleh laju. Tu laju lah tu. Okay, so AI becomes smarter by learning. Like how people learn how to ride a bike. In practice, it improves all AI systems use data and examples to enhance their performance over time. So rather than being programmed for a particular task, hanya buat ni, hanya buat tu. So dia ambil semua. Sedikit dari semua aspek, dia ambil dan dia belajar. Dan lepas tu, dia belajar dari pengalaman. Itu cara dia belajar. Inilah dari 4 books which orang nak tahu lebih, bolehlah dibaca buku ni. Dalam internet pun ada. Tahulah orang ni sekarang ada pergi perpustakaan lagi tak? Ada? Oh Jam, patutlah Jam. Jam, okey, apa-apa tanya Jam lah. Dia tahu mana which library nak pergi tu. Okay. Any questions? Any questions, anybody? Yes, Joshua.
This is what I feel, but I feel like AI doesn't really have like that emotional touch. So what if we feed AI with emotional data? Will it be able to process?
Okay, AI is something where it relies on what we feed it with. But emotions have got many factors to emotions. Because you can be angry and you make decisions when you're angry, different decisions. But when you're cool and calm, the same problem you will act differently, you will decide differently. So AI doesn't know how to be angry or to be sad or to be happy. So it can try by copying what we do. So what we do is in anger, that's what we copy. Yeah. So it can only copy. When you copy, you may not get it exactly. So chances of making mistakes are there. So emotion is something AI doesn't feel. Because we all are very emotional human beings. You know, some things we like, some things we don't like. And AI doesn't know that. AI only knows, okay, what I can do with what I have. So you look for what it has. It doesn't have that emotion. But you can set rules. Then you can follow those rules. So, yeah, any other question? No questions? Okay, come. We'll move on to break time. Okay, break time. 10 minit okay, cukup? Oh, cukup, boleh. So masa sekarang 3:50. 3:51. So can we be back at 4:11? Boleh? Terima kasih. Jangan hilang diri ya. Jangan pergi jauh-jauh. Main dekat-dekat. About AI for HR, right? Also very general, but you will at least see where AI comes, how it plays its role. So that was just generic, right? So today is what you guys do, what you represent, my HRM, which is HR, right? So today we're going to, so the topic for today is HR transformation in the age of AI. Oh, macam nice age punya kan? Okay. Everybody okay? Can start?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Me or me. Thank you for putting your phones on silent. Thank you, Revati.
Yes.
Before the slide comes, she put already. Because the phone rang also. Yeah? Okay. So the objective here is to understand how is AI reshaping the HR functions and how are we to adapt effectively. Okay. Any of you all using any AI tools in your for HR purpose?
Yes,
Other than ChatGPT, no, but ChatGPT will be a very general thing, but specifically for HR function, okay, we'll come to those functions shortly. Okay, so there are 4 key areas we're going to cover: the imperative for AI applications across HR functions, which is what I just mentioned. Of course, in anything you do, there will be some challenges. When there's changes, challenges will come, and what to look forward in the future. Okay. So we're looking at productivity. Part of productivity is efficiency. So how do we get more efficient in what we do? Anybody? Other than what's not out of slide.
standardized.
Standardized, okay. See the word here, repetitive tasks. What is something that you constantly see yourself doing almost every other time? Some you may like doing it, some may not enjoy it much, but you end up, it's a task at hand all the time. You find yourself in that same task. What would be the task? Bhavani, what would be the task that you would reckon?
Answering calls.
No, okay, no, there is a task as well, right? But very soon, that also, don't worry, something will come. Yes, something will come to replace. In fact, there is In the future, you won't have you won't have human beings answering the phone call. So it will speak exactly like a human being. It will ask you questions. Once in a while, it will fumble, or it will take 3 or 4 seconds before it answers. Yeah. Otherwise, but it will make it look real. It's done in such a way. I have maybe later I'll play it for you all to see. So repetitive tasks, which you will see shortly in the next your functions. So if you automate your repetitive tasks, then you have more time to focus on more important things. Things with higher value in what you do. Whenever you do something, certain things have lower value, certain things have higher value, right? So it helps you focus on the higher value things. The lower value things, automate it and let it run by itself. And when you're doing automation, you're actually doing improvements. So you get improvement in the area of productivity, which then gives you better results. Also lower cost. So imagine now, for instance, Bhavani, her task of answering calls is replaced by a CPU. The CPU can answer the calls 24 hours, 7 days a week, 365 days. No annual leave, no MC, no tea break, lunch break, no EPF, no SOXO, nothing. No insurance, medical insurance, and a desk with a laptop, a phone, internet connection, everything, the whole complete thing. So all that will result in lower cost and higher output. So 365 days, as long as your electricity, everything done, right? That's in terms of improvement. So these are the methods they use to achieve. End of the day, you want to use technology to optimize the output, correct? Second one, enhance decision making. Decision making is something we do all the time. Even now, you all are deciding what to do after this. Go back home straight or buy that thing, or shall we just buy tomorrow since tomorrow is it's a holiday tomorrow. Or some are thinking, tomorrow too many people will be thinking the same thing. Brickfields is going to be packed. We better go and buy today itself. For instance, you have many thought processes going through, right? So, and this part of it, what do you think is the key here that makes it different from AI? Now, AI can enhance, but AI cannot make the decision. It can give you all the pros and cons. The decision is still there. It will tell you this is good for you, but then it will tell you this is the right thing for you. So finally, you have to make the decision. Yeah. So what you get with AI is you leverage on the data it provides. So it'll analyze the former data it will give you. For instance, talent management. So whenever you're looking for, let's say, a CEO, for instance, now you will know the job scope, the job description, the years of experience, people from which industry. Say, for instance, now you're looking for a manufacturing industry. So will you take a CEO from the banking industry? Will you take a CEO? How will you weigh? You'll weigh based on, okay, formerly we had a few, let's say we had a few people that we have hired from NEC. We have hired a few people from Daikin, for instance. Let's say it's an aircon, but the industry is still an aircon industry. One is a marketing and one is let's say a manufacturing. So where do you use all the data from various, not just your organization, various organization data, pool of data will help you determine which area is the best suits for your requirement. Because the CEO may have an uphill task. So let's say, for instance, I give you an example. Real life situation. A friend of mine is the CEO for KTMB. When did you last take the train? Anybody?
KTM.
KTM lah. KTM, what is the other one? The
LRT,
commuter,
monorail.
not monorail, for KTMB lah, Kereta Api Tanah Melayu, Berhad. So now this guy is well known wherever he goes, he solves big problems. So when there's a big problem, then they hire him there as a CEO. So he's categorized as a problem solver. So whenever there's a big huge problem somewhere, you put him there, somehow he solves the problem. Then they hire him, the headhunters and all that talent corp all will come and hire him for the next job. He says, I just only sat down. No, we have another uphill task. So how do they get that? It's from the data and based on his experience. So now he's sitting in KTMB because they had a lot of issues there. Now he's ironed out. It's looking a bit better. So that's how you get your information with regards to talents and what you can bring to the table. Yeah? The skill, huh? Skill is what you're looking for. Next, competitive advantage. So everybody is racing against each other. All wants to stay ahead. So they use these tools to acquire the right talent. Automatically, when you got the right talent, your outcome, your output is much better, and then you can outperform your rivals, all those your competitors. With that, you attract more customers, more business, more sales. Now, for instance, let's look at Astro. What's happening to Astro? Anybody can tell me?
Advertisement going down.
Advertisement?
Yeah. Like there's not a lot of people who like to advertise their
Okay.
advertisement.
Okay. So what do you think? So the two big players we have is Astro and TV3 in terms of viewership. So Astro, you have to pay. Number one. Number two, now what? They are repeating the programs. Nothing new every time you scroll up and down. So you get more fascinated, you're paying for it. Hey, I've watched the CSI episode before already, playing again. The same movies. And of course, now you see lesser ads or more ads.
Lesser.
Sure.
A bit lah. Less a bit. Not much, but guess can feel a bit lah.
Okay, the ads have gone down. That means revenue for advertisement has gone down. But the ads, so now to attract people, last time we buy one ad in Astro, let's say your Ria channel, it's about 3,000 ringgit for a 15-second ad. So now what they do is, okay, you buy one, you get one. You buy 10, you get 5. You buy 20, you get 30. So you still fill that advertisement space with more ads. Revenue is down, like what you said, Jeff, but they are replaying the ads more often to show more value for their customers. So in this kind of business, you need somebody to come in and change the whole landscape. Otherwise, it's still going downtrend. They're trying now Wi-Fi with Maxis. Still, I just got a Wi-Fi upgrade from 30 Mbps to 100 Mbps. Any of you got a free one? They just upgraded and they sent a message saying, upgrade. I thought I had to pay, no need to pay. So they're doing this kind of things to retain customer. Otherwise, you go to time.com, you go to Unify and all that. Any questions? Okay. I got a question for you. Since you all got no question, I got a question for you. Okay, it's part of our activity then. Okay. What is thinking? You guys do it all the time, every time, anytime and anywhere. Thinking. So what is thinking?
Processing the brain.
Processing the brain. Okay, Bhavani gave one answer. Good. Correct. Don't worry, there is no right or wrong answer here. We just want to learn.
Our imagination.
Imagination. Okay. So Revati says imagination. Josh.
A process of generating ideas.
Okay. Jeff.
Data or like things we learn and we use it. We learn, and after we learn, we use those things to experiences that think about new solutions.
Okay. Kai.
Innova.
Okay. All right. Very good. Okay. Skoris.
Maybe like or something we imagine or solve.
Okay. So very simply put, the basic the root is you are actually having a dialogue with yourself. Right? So you are asking yourself the question and you are answering within yourself. You are asking and you are answering. That is called thinking. If I ask and you answer, then I'm getting you to think. If I'm asking the question and I'm answering the question, I'm the one thinking. Okay? Now I'll give you the gist of it. So thinking is the mental activity where we manipulate information using ideas, images, symbols to understand, make decisions, solve problems, imagine new opportunities. So whatever all of you all said is all there. Huh? So it's the foundation for decision making, problem solving and creativity. So much comes from the thinking. Thinking involves using mental tools. It takes place in the brain, often silently, guided by, who said inner speech? Kai, spot on there. Alright? Imagery, Revati said, imagination. It happens constantly. Now, for instance, let's say Jeff says, "Hey, I think I'm having fever." What would you automatically think or do? Try and touch his forehead. Correct or not? Or if you're not sure, then you go look for a thermometer. Hey, yeah, very hot. You better go and see the doctor. You better go and take rest or something. Correct or not? Those are things you don't think, you straight do. Because the mind processes that, that's the right thing to do. Correct or not? So that's constant. So certain things, it's already there. You don't even have to think, go and do straight. That's how constant it is. Analyze, imagine, plan, and decide. The other thing when we think is what? We try to make sense of this. It's like, if I jump off the second floor, will I land okay or I might hurt my legs or something? Will I be okay or not okay? You think? Then it will make sense. Okay, no. I think you shouldn't jump from the second floor. First floor, maybe can. And then you leave it that way, right? Yeah. The last part of thinking is it's actually structured. So you think first, then you analyze, cannot. Or even if you imagine, wow, I believe I can fly nice or something. Cannot. How come that man does it? It only happens in the movies. Right? So yeah, so that's how the thinking process is. You'll be wondering what has this got to do with this activity is got to do, but you'll come to understand shortly. Because our next topic touches on that a lot. Anybody want to share anything from this? No. Okay, now we come to the second E. Applications across HR functions. So there's a lot of functions. Let's see some of it. There's about 11 functions here. I won't go through all of it. Let's take the main ones. Okay, just for curiosity, how many of you all have done workforce planning? Jeff? Josh? Kai?
No.
Okay. Onboarding. How many of you all have done any onboarding? You've done. So when somebody new comes in, like how like Mr. Murugan just joined, right? Mr. Murugan? Long time or? Who's the one that recently joined?
Recently joined. Staff.
Staff, yeah, staff.
Staff we have Bhuwani and Kai is the last person joined.
Oh, okay. So who did the onboarding for them?
Okay, I'm not here.
Okay.
Actually, previous company.
Previous company, okay. So just so that everybody knows what onboarding is, could you please share?
Okay. Onboarding is when we hire the new staff. They will have like one orientation section. Then they will know about all the departments, the process flow of the each department, who they should ask any problem within any sections, and then for HR parts they will be explain about the employee benefits, rules and regulations, the payment wise, wages, okay, deduction, annual leave, MC, everything. Then only they will hand over to the section.
Okay. Alright. Very well put. So when somebody new comes in, the person in charge of onboarding has to make them feel comfortable, show them the place, show them the people, who's in charge. If you have IT issues, who to go and see. If you have any issues at all, who to talk to with regards to what, where are the bathrooms, what are the facilities, your tag, your access card, your email address, yeah, of course, you know, your salary, where, which bank to be banked in, all those information. It's actually the onboarding process. So the onboarding process for a normal staff is similar to what Revati explained. But if it's a CEO, Revati, let's say Mr. Simon just joined, we just joined, what would it be different from Jeff or Kai? Will it be the same?
Management side, I'm not that.
So it will be slightly different. And they have a slightly different onboarding for CEOs and stuff. Okay. Payroll, who handles payroll? Anybody here handling payroll? No. Kai, what do you handle, Kai?
Membership.
Membership. Josh?
Same membership.
Membership. Jeff? Membership also.
Yes.
Membership. So employee engagement will be Revati lah.
Yes.
Okay, from what I can understand. Okay, payroll is not here. Okay, never mind. Let's go to, we'll pick 6 from here lah. Okay, the first 3. Recruitment. So when it comes to recruitment, you send out requests, all resumes come in, you go to screen. Who does the screening?
The
Okay. HR.
HR with the hiring managers.
Okay. So that takes a lot of time. Imagine you put one job stream, suddenly you have 30. So to go through all 30 will take time. Screening and matching, candidate matching. So that takes a lot of time. So you can have chatbots for initial engagement, where it will do half the job for you. It will pick out all the keywords and it will prioritize for you candidate priority based on experience, who's right fit, and maybe boils down to 5 or 10. Then from there you see how many you want to carry and how many you want to give it to the hiring managers to go through. Right, the screening part. Onboarding, everything covered earlier. But how if you go in and a program, a video with a program tells you everything? Okay, like how you guys, when you first buy a phone, handphone, you on it, it asks you to set up key in this, key in that, key in this, key in that, finally you're done. Very seamlessly. You don't move anywhere, you're just holding one device. So similarly they have that now. So you once you go in, they give you a link. You click on the link, you fill in all the details, it will generate everything for you, including your email address. And then here you can put preference to what name you want. You want the whole name, you just want an initial. You know, sometimes you have the same, you may have two Bhavani in the organization. So one will probably put an initial, one will have the full name. And then that's onboarding. Performance management. So normally how they'll look at review every 6 months, yearly, but you review it on a 6 monthly basis, right? Correct? You set the performance target, then after 6 months you review, see are you on track or not. Maybe you have to do certain things to make sure you reach your KPIs even, right? So here you can actually do it on real time. Which you know 200 days work already, whether you are towards hitting your KPIs. So let's say membership. Membership. How is the KPIs going for membership? Where are you all at? Year to date. Rest of your colleagues also like to know what's happening to membership.
So far, I mean, just from my perspective, it's going well. Then from the management perspective, I'm not sure.
No, for management, very simple. If they say I want 1,000 members by end of 2025, new members. Because what you'll have is members who you existingly have, members who have not paid in a while. You need to see whether they still want to renew, or so you'll have a target set for renewal. And then okay, if they don't want to renew, how do you retain these members? They're already in already lah, sudah pancing, sudah masuk dalam bakul, sekarang nak goreng tak boleh pula. Setiap kali dia lompat keluar balik. You know? So how do you do those things? Because those are all performance related. Say your boss tells you, hey, you're short for this month already, you know, as year to date we are short by 50 people. But will it be better if you know every day something is reminding you that, you know, just like how you set your calendar, right? When my Rotex is going to expire, or my insurance policy is going to lapse. Correct? So real time means it'll tell you if you don't bring in the next 20 people within the next, let's say 40 days, you will be off target for your mid-year review. So that will help you to, or will it better, okay lah, come mid-year, now you realize I'm short, and then you have to answer your boss and put up a plan. How are you going to achieve that shortage? So this helps in performance. So you know, it's easier for you. Maybe, you know, Josh is doing very well. Maybe Josh can, you know, okay lah, you know, I take your quota a little bit. Yeah, I'll take 10 from you, I'll take 10 from Kai to help both of you all out. So before mid-year, you can already change your deal. It happens in sales as well. Membership is similar like sales. So you have a group, from the group broken down to individuals. Okay. Learning and development. So this is something which MHRN mainly deals with. In every HR department, there will be one person in charge of L&D, learning and development. But for that person, let's say you have a staff base of even 100 people, to know all 100 people of what they are interested learning, how many are looking at promotion, how they need to reskill or upskill to be ready for the promotion. Now all that, for one person to handle 100 staff is a lot already. everybody will have different. So maybe Bhavani's boss will come and tell, she wants to go for, she's been telling me she wants to go and do, let's say, a certificate in ESG, for instance. Then you know, okay, fine. Now what's the pathway for that? And so if you're going to do that for 100 people, it's going to be very difficult. So if you have an AI tool in place where everybody keys in what they need, and then the person can see all at one go, take submit for approval, then the bosses can see, bosses approve. It's very seamless. Employee engagement. You want to apply for leave, or you want to apply for maybe a special case, you're going to, let's say, for pilgrimage or something, going for Hajj or going to India for religious purpose and all, and you need to take suddenly the 20 days off. So if you have a system, you put it in place. Otherwise, you got to wait for Revati, let's say. And Revati is off for 2 days and there's a public holiday after that. So 3-4 days, nobody knows, nobody can approve. Compensation and benefits. There is a tool for this, which will list down everything and everybody will be given a survey to go through. It won't look much, but it eventually gives you the data to tell what is preferred by most of the staff. Okay, we're going to have another activity. These are all characteristics of person. Scientific, numerate, controlling, early bird, technical, authoritarian, placid. How many Bhavani you'll have in the blue, the first box? 2, 3? There's 15 there.
5 maybe.
5. Kai?
5, 6 under.
5, 6. So if I were to tell you, let's say you got to pick 20 out of the 4 boxes that you have. Which box will have the most? So you katakanlah you kena pilih 20 perkataan which mirrors you lah, which you think resonates with you lah. Like for instance, follow up. Some people are very good in follow up, some people very bad in follow up. Some people introvert. Some people in the lift standing for 30 seconds also can make one friend already. Hey, how are you something? Some chit chat can go on. Some people will just stay quiet and just wait behind the door, will open to see around. Organized, empathizers, caring, people oriented, musical. So what this does is profiling. Right? So when I give you something like this, you probably may not exactly know, but with your answers, I will be able to profile you using an AI tool. Tell me whether you are a dictative kind of person, you are a people person, or you are a directive person. You always like to give order only. You are very good at giving orders. I mean Tai Chi. Semua Tai Chi sini, Tai Chi sana. So from here so these are actually what our behavior lah. This is who we are, and like it or not, in the area of HR, we deal with people. Actually, our results are people, our problems are people, our Solutions are also people. Everything to do with people. That's where AI can really support you. Cannot do much. End of the day, you need that human engagement. And based on that, you make your decision. So you cannot just. I give you an example. I had a staff who, in a call center, you get 2 days off. 1 off day, 1 rest day. This person is a single mother with a small child, maybe 4 or 5 years old. She's often absent on Sundays. You see, all our MCs will be Sundays, or ELs will be on Sundays. So when the boss highlighted, told HR to go and number one, give her a warning letter. The boss said, no, I cannot handle this kind of people. I cannot handle this kind of staff. I don't tolerate this kind of behavior. So they looked at the pattern. Last 6 months, how many times? Because your off day, rest day can fall on any day. But everybody's, so if you do workforce planning, they call it manning . So they have to arrange your off day, rest day, so that everybody gets at least 1 Sunday off, 1 Saturday off. In between, they get 2 days together, not apart. So at least 1 week, one particular week, you'll have your Saturday and Sunday comes together. Maybe it could be a Tuesday, Wednesday, it could be a Monday, Tuesday. So those criteria, then you plan. So when the HR wanted to give a warning letter, it was not normal. I think the warning was, first was counseling, second was warning. After 3 warnings, the last 2. So she told the HR manager, I've got some personal problems. And then later we found out that her mother is the one who takes care of the child, Monday to Sunday. So she wants to give her elderly mom 1 day break, which is Sundays . So that Sundays she wants to be in charge of the child, take care of the child. But work is such, right? And then the mother needs the Sunday to do her own thing. Maybe there's another reason behind it. So later you find out that's the cause. So boss says, I cannot tolerate this kind of nonsense. Get rid of her if she cannot follow, because it's a bad example to the rest. Because everybody also wants a Sunday. Everybody wants a Sunday off, right? So this is where only a human can decide. If AI decides, AI will say, okay, the criteria not met. Off you go. He'll type the letter for you, termination letter for you workshop. Ask you which one you want. The harsh one or the nice one. Correct or not? So this is where again people come in. To empathize, okay, fine. But you look at the stuff, good stuff. Very good. Ratings are good. Except for attendance on Sundays. Everything else is good. Cannot find any fault. So finally, they have to work around with the person who does the workforce planning. So nothing to do with the boss also. Boss has to sign me. At least instead of 1 Sunday, she gets 2 Sundays. The balance 2 Sundays, she switch with the peers. You got a Sunday, can you switch with me? I'll give you some other day next time. Because you got about 150 people working. So you can switch it. Within your own team, or you really can't extend that. So when that was done, problem was solved. Can AI solve a problem like that? So you still need people. People who will empathize with your situation. You understand? AI has got no emotions. cannot cry. So this is the message that I want to tell you guys, that in AI we will not have all this. It will only give us back what we have given it. That's all AI can do. What we have already thought, the will give it back to you. But only thing, you learn from maybe 10 people, the is learning from a few hundred people at the same time. Right? Okay, so who here is, let's say, let's pick. Let's find a nice word. Who here is structural? Procedure and structure comes together actually very close. Which you are wanting always to follow. Follow, it must be in order. How many of you? 70%. 70%. You all will be the best candidates to define the rules for AI. Because AI follows procedure and structure. So tomorrow, if Mr. Simon wants to create an AI tool for HR, you guys must be the main guinea pigs. Come sit down in this room, tell me all about this and all about that. So you get the information, then it's embedded into your AI function and tools. Everything else is human. Maybe technical, scientific. How many of you here follow like numbers, follow numbers? Not by numbers, huh? You're at 7, huh? Oh, okay. You're at 8, huh? Oh, okay. Nobody. Okay. So, I mean, numerator is all calculation. It's all formula, calculation, algorithm. It's done by the computers and that's how they come up with it. Okay. Any questions so far? Okay, never mind. Carry on. Okay, challenges in AI adaptation. So this is actually a technology with a brain issue. Brain issue is actually mindset. How many of you like change? Change. In a nutshell, change. Like suddenly now ask Bhavani to sit there and then Jeff sit here. Would you like that change? Or would you prefer everybody seated there, leave me alone? Yeah, fine. That accord very good. Go on. Correct. Okay, so it's actually, when it comes to mindset, that's where the challenges are. Some people embrace the change. Some people feel it's not necessary, let it be the way it is. So, in AI adaptation, what we see at this moment is the gap in skills. See, many of our HR professionals, they don't have the technical background or the analytical background. Because you deal with one person, the story starts with the person and ends with the person. Next, same thing. You're not gathering a pool of data, putting it in a database. So, for instance, Revati will know when she onboarded the person by experience, nobody else will know. So when you have it in a pool where it's shared, everybody knows. But otherwise, it's only one person in silo. So they all lack this technical and analytical skills, which is needed, very much needed to implement. Without that, difficult. So like for instance, the skills that Jeff, Kai and Josh. So structural and procedural is also a key to look forward to now. This is very critical. And for instance, like resume screening. Now when you screen the resume, you're screening with your experience, when you see how it's written, you will know what kind of person. Some you'll see, cincai punya kerja. Okay, this one the person has put a lot of effort. AI only picks up words. AI doesn't follow format. It's only picking up keywords. Correct or not? Only looking at keywords. Anywhere the keywords appear, okay. Diploma, okay, got. Degree, got. Experience, got. These are the words that will pick up. So you can have a chincai resume, you can have a very comprehensive one. Only Gavani or Revati, when you're going through, you'll realize, okay, this is properly done. Maybe what AI can do is can check whether it was done by ChatGPT or the person did it themselves. And if you know the person, for instance, if you know the person, you will also, I know Revati so well, no way should have done a resume like this. You know, when you don't get a WhatsApp chat from somebody or a long message suddenly, this one definitely not written by this person, this one is written by somebody else, correct or not? You will know, because you know the style and the pattern and all that, right? Now, that is what AI can capture for you. Sorry, that's what AI cannot capture. Hey, how come this person suddenly pattern changed already? Yeah. It's like when you go into, actually you go into your siblings room, some rooms are messy, suddenly you see the room clean. This one surely, you know, my mother or somebody must have come and done it. This one, no way this person is capable of keeping it clean like that. You know, things like that. But here, when it becomes a routine, then you lose the skill of that analytic skills, the touch, you lose the touch line. When you let AI do, then those skills you will eventually, you know, when you stop doing it after a while, you will karat lah. Like my Bahasa Malaysia lah, when I was in school, it was like this. Now it's like that, because never used much. This is one of the biggest challenges. I touched on in the last session, data privacy. But just in general, here, see everybody's personal information. Now it sits in a file, the file sits with one person. When you put it into a system, of course you can give certain people access to read, certain people access to read and write, against getting and stuff like that. Who you can give and who not. So there's a lot of information which is out there to keep it safe and to keep it private is a little bit of a challenge. Because now, see for instance, now I just shared that person, although I didn't mention the person's name, right? But the scenario I mentioned. So now everybody knows. So in AI, when you put it into certain tools, when you click on something, everything comes up. So you have the situation where you may go to the wrong people, or the wrong people might see the information that you want to hide or show. So that's where laws like our GDPR, EU Act, PDPA, which is in Malaysia, but our information is everywhere now. Everywhere. You get calls, sir, are we giving a new phone? Then you're wondering, okay, wait, I don't have a line in Maxis. You're calling, the person is calling from DG, I'm giving you a free phone, so just upgrade your line. Then you find out, I don't even, if you're calling me from Maxis, you're asking me for a free phone, it's fine. You're calling me from DG. How did you get my details? Oh, this one, my company, sir. The company gave us the details. So PDPA or Gorla, everybody's got all everybody's information already. They know where you stay, they know what phone number you use. Now with your pattern on Shopee, Lazada, they know, you're a food person, depending on what you buy lah. Some buy a lot of gadgets, be kind, therefore gadget lah. And some people like to buy clothes, some shoes. So this is, but we can always put certain measures like certain metrics to safeguard the data and the privacy. Because this falls under ethical. It's not right for somebody to know somebody's information. And also it's to HR, which is a very sensitive thing, right? Bias in algorithms. So if Jeff, Josh and Kai are very biased lah, anything to do with male means all bullying. Female means they only tick a few boxes only they tick. If male means they tick all the boxes again. So automatically it become biased. Because at the end of the day they are the ones putting the structure. So if they put a structure like that, let's say for instance, okay, we're hiring a new staff. Maybe all guys lah, we need one girl lah in the team lah. The next round all the guys all take put aside. They say, okay, this time we have to get one girl lah, we need one girl, sales girl lah. For instance. So now all the guys automatically put aside already. Unless they cannot find anybody who meets the criteria. So it's bias lah, there is bias, but gender bias. So you need to mitigate these things when you set the algorithm. Even the AI tools, which is designed, if it's impartial, then yeah, you won't have a balance. Lopsided lah, inside something more than. Maybe you'll say we want Sumananjung only. See if you go to Sabah Sarawak, they will give priority to people from Sabah Sarawak. Although you're willing to uproot from KL and go and work in Tawau or Miri or somewhere. Correct or not? Is there spelling? So even if they want to give you a job, if you don't have a local office with staff, they will not engage you. They rather engage with somebody local because anything and everything quick to respond. This guy, from Sumananjung by the time this guy takes the flight and come there. So they rather work with the locals, support the locals. That's their culture. Because they feel they had the hashtag Kita Jaga Kita long time ago already, before all of us started. Now only we started. Because of the foreigners. We have to take care of ourselves now. Otherwise the foreigners will suffer everything and go. Okay. Listeners, any questions in this area? Oh. Yeah.
How do you keep the data safe?
Okay, so when you store it in a database, it's stored in a structural form like that. Those data you can put certain criteria. You can write certain algorithms. For instance, now like your tag number. So you're buying something from Lazada, for instance. They already have your account number, your bank details, all they got. But just to make sure you're the right person, that's why the tag, now they got secure to you. Few different banks have got different. But earlier was tag, just giving you an example. So you'll have those kind of measures in place. So you're the right person making purchase with your bank, your transaction, basically you're in charge of your transaction. So those things will be put in place. Thanks. Future outlook. How is it going to look like? So everybody says all our jobs are going to be taken over by AI, we don't know work. How true is that? How far is that true? That statement everybody is now. What's your thoughts? What are you all thinking?
Cannot be fully AI will control everything. Still need people.
Yeah, so there are certain things AI can control, there are certain things it comes back to us. But when they say everybody is losing their jobs because of AI, how far is that true? How far do you see it happening? Everybody is saying, but do you see it happening? You see, what happens is AI will take over the smaller task, the low value task, less complex task will take over. For instance, answering a phone call, right? AI will take over. But it will create, for every 10 jobs that goes obsolete, there will be minimum 20 new roles that will come up. Means answering phone will not be a required skill anymore. But you need to skill up for something else. Along the line, there will be a roadmap. For instance, for insurance agents, very soon you don't need insurance agents. Everybody knows about insurance. You can read up. There is an app. You do everything with the app. You don't need the agent. You now. Last time, every time, let's say you meet with a car accident, you call up your insurance, you met with the car. Now you just go after you make a police report, you call a call center. Now call center, so you don't need to call. Everything's in the app. If your house, let's say your kitchen burnt down, just take pictures, send it to the app, make a police report, put it all into the app. Then they'll approve the claims there, and then they'll disperse the money. So you don't need the agent to come and run up and down, give me all these documents, go pass it to them. So you'll eliminate that. But then now there is more, when you automate more things. Okay, so for instance now answering call is no longer required. But then you will need, instead of 2 CPUs, now you need 5 CPUs. 2 on standby, because 2 goes down, 2 will go up immediately, and 1 during peak. Maybe month ends, you get more calls. Or Kai, Jeff, and Joshua decide to terminate a lot of memberships. Send a termination letter. Everybody get all calling. So let's say every 15th is their cycle, right? These 100 people running. So every month, 100 people are getting it. On the 16th, Bhavani's phone non-stop will ring. Hey, why you terminated lah? Hey, why you terminated lah? Oh, let me check, sir. So on that day, that's the 3rd CPU will have to kick in. Kai, you do all this. Never send termination letter at all. Not membership termination. Your membership has been terminated. Give me back my cert. So I mean, so you need to put, for instance, more your infrastructure. Then somebody must jaga the infrastructure. So let's say 1 technician in charge of 5 servers. So imagine, let's say the call center has 150 call center consultants. So you need more technicians. And maybe then later, you will need more QA. QA is the people who listen into your calls and see whether it was, for instance, just because the chat is handling somebody's request, inquiry or problem, doesn't mean the chatbot is doing the right thing. Somebody has to check and see if it was giving the right advice or said something wrongly. AI can make mistakes. It can and it will make mistakes because it's learning, continuously learning. So then you need more people on QA. So instead of Bhavani now answering calls, now learn how to assess calls, join the QA team. You understand? It will be like that in every area, not just even lawyers now. So they said, we don't need so many junior lawyers. We need two enough. Our firm got 10 senior lawyers. We need two enough. But then the amount of documentation, everything goes into the computers. You need cloud space. Somebody has to manage the cloud. Somebody has to manage data privacy. If you're a law firm, you have to ensure data. So that area you have more. So data privacy. So for instance now, any organization with a lot of people's public personal data will have to have a DPO, data privacy officer, and the officer must be certified. Has to come for a training, something like this, attend the training, sit for an exam, get certified. So suddenly you'll see, wow, there is a demand for DPO. Every company is a requirement. You must have a person in charge. All this while that role never existed. There was no role. Data privacy officer, there was no such role. Now there is a role. And the person needs to be certified. So, additional job for DPOs, opportunity, training providers will then offer training services and get you accredited. So you will create, eventually you will end up creating more. So you're losing 10, you're getting new 20 roles. So which means it's actually for the better. It's just that our mindset, we feel like, we will be redundant. So I was talking to somebody the day who's going to retire as a teacher. He's a very good maths teacher. So there is a program which is being done now to recreate him and his teaching methods using avatar technology. So he says, I may be gone as a teacher no more, maybe gone to the next world, but my avatar will still be there teaching. Because that means they are recording him as he teaches year 9, for instance, for a year. They are recording whatever he's teaching, what he's writing, everything. The avatar will look exactly like him. So even a teacher's role, the avatar can take. But then there's a lot of technology that goes in, a lot of governance, a lot of check and balance. So you need people to do all that. So those jobs will suddenly become very important. You need more people. So one IT person here won't be enough. You need more. Your laptops, maybe you have to change to a higher spec one. Things like that will happen. And of course, it's continuous. It will evolve, it will change continuously, and it will improve. It's not going to stop. And of course, there's a lot of tools already in place. There will be more tools coming available. So what we need to do? We need to ask critical questions. Whatever you guys have in mind, that are your concerns, you got to ask. See, for instance, here, for an example, what does this predictive insight mean for our business strategy? So we have a small information. Okay, with this information, how will it impact our business? What strategy can we use alongside? KPIs, you're going to redefine the KPIs. Move behind time to fail. Metrics like retention, first projected, forecasted, AI. Now, retention plan you all got or not? Okay. Okay? To retain members got or not? Got any plans or not? How you all retain? Out of curiosity, how many members does MIHRN have? 5,000 plus?
Active one, 1,000 something.
But once upon a time was 5,000.
The whole in the database 5,000.
Okay, so after you remove the
Not remove lah, just
keep aside lah.
yeah.
So no plans for you all to reach out to those to get them back to be activated.
The new council, we try to get back all the old.
So you all just terminate only lah, bringing back all they do lah. Okay, so I mean, yeah. So retention is a very big thing. In fact, retention is actually a very big word, because if you lose all your good stuff because you fail to retain them back, just because maybe you train the person is so good at this job, but you couldn't find the sweet spot, the person's sweet spot to keep him here. So he just left. So like that same scenario. Imagine if we gave that single mother no options lah. Either I fire you or you resign yourself and go lah. Maybe I give you 2 months option. 2 months to find a job or something like that. But she's a good staff. You just lost her because you didn't know how to retain her. But luckily, the HR person had empathy. She exercised the empathy and she got the person to stay. So imagine if you don't learn how to retain, then you lose all our good people, and what are we going to do? And you keep hiring and training and hiring and training. You spend a lot of time there. So the word retention is very important. Participate in AI governance. So there will be a lot of AI governance, newsletters, feeds as well. Feeds. There will be a lot of feeds that you can have access to. Once you adopt AI, then automatically there will be a link for you guys to go, like a knowledge base now. Any questions? Okay, there's no questions. We are done for the day. I've got some food for you all after this. Okay, seterusnya topik nombor 2, ethical and legal consideration, pertimbangan etika dan peraturan perundangan. Topik ni adalah ada menyentuh pasal etika kita sebagai manusia dan juga apa yang akan berlaku kalau kita membuat apa-apa kesalahan. Macam kelas moral tapi bukan kelas moral ya. Okey. Etika, apa tu etika? What do you all think? Apa tu etika? Syarat, okey. Tak apa, bagi tahu saja.
Pertimbangan dalam sedar betul atau salah.
Okey. Selain daripada itu ada? Any other? Cuba. Sifat. Boleh juga. Okey. Itu dia. Integrity, moral, prinsip, honest, value, right. Aku cakap right. Kalau ada right mesti ada wrong tu kan? Right and wrong. Okay, fairness, responsibility, conscious. Conscious ni tadi Joshua tanya satu soalan masa break. Mungkin for semua nak tahu. So bila Joshua tadi tanya saya, boleh tak kita cuba ajar AI emosi? So saya bagi tahu dia tadi, kita tak boleh sebab perangai kita lain. Bila kita happy, bila kita buat keputusan masa kita happy lain. Bila kita keliru lain. Bila kita marah lain pula. Untuk problem yang sama, kita punya solusi tu boleh berlainan. Ikut pada emosi dan tahap tu. Kalau marah sangat, lain pula jadi kan. Kalau happy sangat, bolehlah semua pun boleh. Okey, lepas tu fikirlah marah. Especially punya, your nephew, niece, atau your children tanya, okeylah belilah semua. Balik rumah, aduh, semua dia nak main, semua permainan dia nak main, apa jadi? Kita beli dia nak semua tiga permainan. Dan bersampah, dia tak jaga sebab ada 3. Dan masa tu kita tak fikir, masa tu happy, bolehlah, tak apalah, belilah. Sama dengan ibu bapa yang selalu bagi phone dekat anak dia. Masa makan tu dia nak anak tu duduk diam supaya dia boleh makan dengan selesa, dia bagi phone. Lama kelamaan, apa jadi? Sebab dia tak fikir ke depan, dia fikir masa tu saya nak makan lah, saya stress lah, bagi dia 5 minit, boleh tak? Dia just nak makan alone. Bagi dia phone, dia pun main lah. So, conscious tu is connected to apa yang Joshua tanya tu. So AI will not have that conscious mind. When you're doing something right, oh gosh, I'm not supposed to do that, but I'm doing it anyway. It's like beating a red light. Although you're in an emergency, but you know you're beating a red light. So you have your conscience. I shouldn't beat lah. Or somebody's sitting. Bad example for the person at the back. That kind of thing. So okay, so this is ethics in a nutshell. So ethics ni terdiri daripada 3 elemen, 3 key elements. So first one is rights. So if you are 18 and above, as a citizen of Malaysia, you have the right to vote. You have the right to take your driving license. If you get employed, you have the right to open a PF and social account. Below 18, you cannot. Yeah, that is your right lah. Your hak lah, hak asasi. So hak asasi ni dia perlu perundangan dengannya sekali. So kita punya entitlement, that means whatever we are entitled to as a person, it has to be protected by the government. Then only we can do it. Then only it's correct. Otherwise our entitlement is got no value in it. Just can say only, cannot do it. You can have the rule, but you cannot enforce it. That kind of thing. So you know your rights, equality, gender equality, fair, justice, legal, ties back to ethics also. So examples of rights: freedom of speech, privacy. You want to have your information kept. So in a world of HR, this is very important. Everybody's private information must be kept, correct? We can't know who's what and stuff, right? Correct? Personal information, you have to keep it private. Vote. So tomorrow there's an AGM, you can vote. There's an election, you can vote. You have the right to do it. You can choose who you want. Last one, property. So you have the right to your own things. Somebody simply cannot come and take it away from you and claim it's theirs. Correct? Now next, principles. The principle. A fundamental, well-settled rule of law or standards for good behavior, collectively, or moral or ethical standards. So it has to follow a set of law which is acceptable to all, everybody. It cannot be one law for Bhavani, one more law for Ridwan. Nurul, she wants her own set of law. So it has to be a law that is applicable for everybody. Examples of principle. A person is considered innocent until proven guilty. So you cannot straight charge somebody and tell them you're guilty. So you're innocent now, somebody needs to prove you guilty, they need to have evidence, right? Okay, one of those principles. All individuals are equal in the eyes of law. Like what I mentioned earlier, I cannot have one law for Jeff and one for Bhavani. It has to be the same law that applies. All individuals should be given equal chances at employment. I was just talking to Kai just now, Kai and Josh as well, right? Employment, promotion, and benefits regardless of gender, race, or background. Just because Solace is not from Semenanjung, we treat her differently. Cannot, right? Betul tak? Okay, the last one for this ethics is values. Ethical ideal or beliefs for which a person has enduring preferences and which determine our state of mind and act as a motivator. This is where what Guru said earlier applies. Right and wrong. Okay? So let's look at some of the values. Commitment, right or wrong. Ethics, respect. Courage, humility, modesty, openness, resilience, idealism. What someone you see, kindness, culture, truth, gratitude, moderation, society, sincerity, caring. So these are all the values. Let's look at some examples. Always do the right thing even when nobody is watching. So semalam Abang Ipah saya pergi PD. On the way back, dia singgah kat McDonald's. So dia punya knapsack, dia tertinggal dekat McDonald's tu. Dia bukan orang Malaysia, dia orang UK. So dia punya pasport, dia punya kamera mahal, dia punya bag duit, dengan duit, semua duit dia, semua tertinggal dalam satu knapsack macam ni dekat PD. So dia punya pelayan, the worker there ternampak, dia ambil, dia simpan. Dia tahu orang ni akan datang balik. Dah sampai dekat rumah, kat PJ, baru dia perasan, alamak, tertinggal. Dia balik, bag tu ada, tak buka, tak sentuh. Tapi kalau hilang, betul-betul payah, dari pasport ke semua, credit card lah, macam-macam ada. So walaupun nobody is watching, you take, you go and give it to the person in charge, somebody will come back for it. Treat others as you wish to be treated. Yeah? So you don't want anybody shouting at you, you also don't want to shout at anybody then lah. Correct or not? Put in consistent effort to achieve your goals. Act justly and treat people without bias. Just like how kawan dari we treat her equally, just like on ours. Okay, one more activity for you all. Boleh kan? Alright. Okay. Me after going through this ethics, maybe 5 bad ethics. Keburukan dulu, then we go. Okay. Etika yang tak bagus. Okay. Bias. What Solis is it?
Selfish, right?
Selfish, okay. Let's see. Workplace favoritism. You don't want your boss to only favor somebody and don't favor another person, right? Spreading fake news. It's happening a lot. I don't know how many times Michael Jackson died. Correct kan? Hey, Michael Jackson meninggal lah. Then after that, lepas 2-3 hari, tak ada lah, dia masuk okay aja. Then, tak apa. After 1-2 years, Michael Jackson died. Betul ke ni? You know? So So spreading fake news, cyberbullying and harassment, breach of confidentiality, ignoring environmental responsibility, like bakar all the rubbish. Instead of throwing it, you take it to the back of the house. Bagi nyamuk mati lah, tak apa lah. Dibakar semua. But is it right or wrong? Environmentally, it's wrong. Next, let's move on to the good ones. This one should be easy lah. We are all very good people here. Boleh? Anybody? Name a few. Okay, never mind. I'll put it up. Adhere to traffic rules. Cannot be red light. Amirul, bawa foto boleh, laju boleh, tapi lampu merah berhenti. Returning a lost item. Yang what happened to my abang Ipa semalam tu. Transparency in hiring. Talking to Josh and Kyle just now. Whistleblowing, wrongdoings. Whistleblowing bermaksud bila ada benda yang tak bagus berlaku, kita tolong hebohkan. Something is not right. Let's say kita punya jiran, for instance, hari-hari kita tengok anak kecil tu dia nangis 2 jam, 3 jam, 2 jam, 3 jam nangis. So kita pergi check, or kita bagi tahu something wrong lah, so get somebody to go check. So that we know, just jangan buat dono lah, biarlah. So we don't know what's happening to the child kan. Fair customer service. Orang ada problem dengan phone, pergi complain satu, cakap tak boleh repair lagi satu, bagi yang baru terus. So all the customers must be them fair lah. One customer, okay, I give you new phone. One more, your old phone repair must pay. Not, no, or maybe don't have parts anymore already. So yeah. Next. Do a recap. So ethics are moral principles that guide our behavior, defining what is right, fair and just. They are often subjective and vary across culture and society. Next, for law. Law is a set of formal rules enforced by governments to maintain order, protect rights and ensure justice with penalty. Kalau salah mesti ada betul. Okey, kita fikir sikit. Bila kita tengok balik from what you all have seen so far, what surprises you about the history tu? Sejarah AI tu, apa yang rasa stood up, menonjolkan
biasa daripada
itu. So which AI has been around, we didn't know it. Kita dah mula guna, tapi tak tahu apa tu yang benda tu menggunakan teknologi AI. So okay, in simple words or your own words, what do you think AI is? Apa yang ikut apa yang saya bagi tahu, tapi your own understanding.
Smart.
Cool. Okay. So in that context, AI actually is an enabler. With AI, you are able to do more things. Maybe you can spend lesser time doing this simple things. You go and do the more complex things. Simple things are like at home. There are more better things to do than to be everyday sweeping, right? Just before going back home, you on the vacuum and you go and do your job. I want to come back to a clean home. So you go home instead of sweeping, which takes time, right? It keeps her running around. Now you know nobody's in the house. House is empty. All gone to school. Okay, you want the vacuum cleaner? It does its job. It comes and parks itself back. So it helps you save time. Gives you time to do more things, more important things. So if you want to put it, that's one way of putting it. What is one ethical or legal concern about AI that stood out to you? Anything? From the ethical aspect or legal aspect? This is for you all to think. I'm trying to get you all to think. That's why they put legal or ethical, but it comes together. But here, like you know, in a legal concern, if you have something on that is you're wondering about, or is it the ethical side that you have? But it has to come together because just having ethics and no legality behind to back it up, you cannot move. I think this is actually for you all to think. There's no right or wrong answer here, just to stimulate your brain to think. Okay, we'll move to the next. So we're going to recap. Topic 1, we learned about what is AI, a recipe for AI, machine learning. Topic number 2, ethical consideration, legal consideration, machine learning. This is what we've covered in these 2 topics now. So what will be the conclusion? Jeff, could you read?
AI is not just about machines, it's about people, purpose, and responsibility. The more we understand its past, present, and ethical impact, the better we can shape a future that benefits everyone.
Okay. What do you all think about that? The key word is here.
More people use AI, the more smarter AI becomes.
So if you look at the process, so you got people, you got process, you got tools. So no point having processes in place. Do this first, then do this, then only okay, then do this. Those are processes. Tools are to help you through those processes. Without people, so the key importance here is people. Then only the purpose and responsibility comes. And everything is learned from the past and the present. Only then they predict the future. And the objective is to shape a future that benefits everyone. So you want to ensure today see that everything is okay, all going on fine. Then only you can build tomorrow. So you ensure today, you build tomorrow. That's how the past and present comes into play. The future is what we're going to build with what we have. Okay? These are 4 books, the same books. Then we have our librarian here, Jeff. So these are recommended books for you all to study, read, to understand a little bit more. So what I've given you all is a basic foundation, the essential part of it. With more time given, we can go deeper, but with the time we have today, this is what we can cover. Any questions? Topic 2. Or even topic 1, doesn't matter.
I don't know topic in topic 1. What can AI do better for humans?
What can AI do better for humans? Okay, Jeff, you're right.
Like the accuracy.
Okay, yeah. Human error is possible. Nurul, Iza, be quiet. Soalan Ridwan tu, apa yang AI boleh buat lebih baik? Apa AI boleh buat lebih baik daripada manusia? Dia pantas, dia cepat. So kalau kita dapat buku macam ni, mungkin kita akan ambil masa 2 jam, 3 jam. Ikut kebolehan kita nak baca cepat, cara kita faham. Tapi AI boleh buat analisa dalam buku ni dalam masa tak sampai 2-3 minit, 2 minit. So bila you bagi dia banyak data, information, dia boleh cepat-cepat ambil, buatkan mungkin carta yang diperlukan oleh Iza atau Nurul, or what bawah ni needs. Kalau bawah ni nak buat some analysis, dia boleh buat dengan cepat. Kita manusia akan ambil masa, compare sini, compare sana, baru kita boleh buat. So efficient, fast, and yes, accurate. Any more questions?
I have a question. What happens if AI made a mistake and eventually hurts someone?
Okay, so when something like that happens, there is legal implication, right? So there are legal consequences that has to be faced. So AI is done by who? Okay, by a company lah, somebody working for a company. That company will be held responsible. Yeah. So if AI makes a mistake, you can go to court, and the person who, the company, or the person who wrote the program or that algorithm can face legal lawsuits. Any other questions?
Then, so can AI be unfair?
Okay, AI, again, it is following the feed of information it's getting. So the data which it's getting is an unfair data, then your output will be unfair. So you give wrong data, it will give you wrong predictions, wrong answers, and that's why you lose accuracy. So it feeds on what you give. So the data is clean data, good data. So I give you an example data. So let's say I give you a string of numbers 31 to 37. So to you it's just numbers, right? 31 to 37. Now the computer will try and figure out, if we jumble it, what happens? I mean suddenly 31 or 33, 37, he'll look at pattern. So then he'll realize it's somebody's body temperature, because it's all in that range only. So if you give it a specific task, say 31 to 37, you stop at 37, and you key in certain matrix. So it will identify as, okay, this could be, it won't say exactly, it could be a body temperature. So let's say the body temperature reading is always at 37. So it's like almost like borderline to fever. This person's body heat is slightly higher than normal, usual. So end of the day, with all this raw data, structured data, then it will give you, okay, most likely is somebody's temperature reading over a week, 7 days. So one day, day one, this day two, this. So only with that information it gives you this answer. So it can be unfair if you give it unfair information. Alright, looks like we have come to the end of our session. Anybody else, any questions? Ya, Nurul.
Saya cuba nak faham. Macam ChatGPT tu contohnya, dia daripada maklumat yang ada dalam internet, betul tak?
Betul.
So dia daripada maklumat tu dia akan keluarkan satu maklumat yang paling sesuai tak untuk soalan kita.
Okay, so dia macam buku kita lah, buku textbook kita yang masa kita belajar kat sekolah kan. So dalam sains tu ada one particular topic. Okay, so ChatGPT tu macam ni. Dia ialah one topic tu jadi satu buku. Bukan satu buku jadi one topic. Sorry, dalam satu buku ada one topic. Yang ni one topic tu jadi satu buku. So dia dapatkan information dari semua pihak. Semua pihak.
In case kalau ada orang feeding dalam data yang besar satu information yang salah, dan dia pun akan bagi kita maklumat yang salah.
Betul.
Boleh jadi ke masalah?
Boleh jadi.
Ada
So
ke
yang
tindakan yang sedang dijalankan untuk
dari masa ke semasa dia orang ada buat audit. Tapi di sini apa yang selalunya jadi ialah kita ada our world web kan. Kita ada web yang biasa. Kita ada lagi satu web yang dark web. So you kena ada IP dan sebagainya. Bila you login, dia punya display semua lain. Semua hitam-hitam, merah-merah. Okay, so ada satu masyarakat, nama dia open source. So open source mungkin boleh jadi sesiapa. So kita orang mula masukkan, macam orang buat TikTok kan, apa-apa dia nak cakap tu dia cakap aja. Tapi yang ni you are feeding into the net. So as long as information yang diambil tu bukan daripada dark web atau information daripada dark web tu tak dapat tembus, it's fine. So untuk itulah dia ada.
so company ChatGPT tu yang buat benda-benda ni lah.
ChatGPT tu dah asas dia ada dia punya matrix untuk mengawal situasi-situasi macam ni lah. Itulah bahaya ada. So tapi at the same time apa yang kita bagi tahu dia, kita boleh set certain rules, certain metrics supaya dia follow.
Because kita takut anak-anak remaja.
Betul.
Takut anak-anak remaja.
Betul. Memang internet zaman sekarang dengan zaman dulu lain. Sekarang dia tunjuk apa yang dia nak tunjuk, bukan apa yang kita nak tengok. Maybe we want to see something else, but the system wants you to see something else. Kalau dia dah tahu profile tu tahun 13, suka ni, mungkin you dah jadi satu target. So ada macam banyak games yang dari apa ni, yang banyak war shooting kan, ajar dia benda-benda yang very extreme. So dia punya game semua shooting, killing. Hari ni dah berapa orang dah tembak. Ini kita once a year FPPJ cakap, okay, come tembak gagal. Peraduan tembak gagal, okay, semua okay, I tangkap 5, I tangkap 10. Itu lain. Yang ni yang tembak sampai pergi ke tahap. Ada games yang dia pergi sampai ke tahap, last tahap dia, you kena ambil nyawa sendiri. Ada. So itu yang kita takut, kanak-kanak kita jangan tersempat dengan benda-benda macam tu. Sebab in the beginning it's interesting. Dia challenge you sampai satu tahap, dia cakap okay, you nak pergi, nak habiskan game ni, you do something to yourself. Okay, sleep. Tapi we might think it's kita mungkin fikir benda tu not until life threatening lah. Tapi dia start dengan macam benda macam tu. Bagi idea benda-benda macam tu. Sebab dia nak menang. The end game is nak menang. So yes, itulah dia punya peranan dalam dunia internet baru. So very important. And AI boleh tolong. AI sebenarnya actually is an assistant untuk membantu. Dia tak boleh ambil alih tugas. Like for you all from HR kan, most of you all dealing with HR related. So banyak orang mungkin fikir, ayo lepas ni posisi ni tak ada lagi dah. Next year tak tahu this position semua ada ke tak. Kalau position ni tak ada, don't worry, there will be other positions. Sebab kalau yang ni dah tak relevant lagi, then new positions will come up. Baru punya, tak pernah dengar. Tapi dia ada some kind of relationship. So we need to be ready for that. So that's why a lot of people fikir AI datang ambil lah itu. Like the question Rizwan asked just now. AI, one of the other things AI can do is dia boleh 24 hours. Kalau chatbot tu 24 jam dia boleh terima your request, boleh bagi jawapan. Tapi we human being after 7-8 hours we need to sleep. Next person have to come take over the shift. Kalau customer service katakan customer service bank, dia 24 hours, mungkin tercicir ATM card or something, you must call, if not chat. So the computer will take over, no problem. Tak payah ambil cuti, tak payah tidur, makan. Apa ni dan dia ni tak payah bayar lebih. For the same cost dia buat kerja tu 24 hours for a long time. So efficiency, productivity, enablement semua. Okay, itu saja. If that's all, thank you very much. You're welcome. Thank you for your attention. Okay, you can scan if you want to reach me, so you can get my particulars. And yeah, I need you all to fill up this output assessment form. Just fill up your name. Oh, sudah ada. Oh, tadi dah isi dah. Oh, that one. Okay, dah isi. Oh, that one. Sudah isi. Apa lah isi? Okay. Just fill up your details and this is attended to the assessment. So how was so far the two topics that we covered today? Ifah, dapat pengajaran yang baru? Kai, okay. Very quiet lah, Kai. Solid hari ni. Solid. Aku nak tanya soalan ke Solid. Okay.
I'm just trying to
Okay. Julian, Julian. Sorry? Kau dapat dari mana tu? Oh, okay. Okey, lagi ni. Apa ni? Dah habis dah. Okay, dah isi dah? Semua okey? Alright. Okay, boleh. Thank you. Thank you. Hello. Thank you. after knowing this about AI, is it you find it helpful? At least you know what you're using, where it came from, how it came from. Next is where it's going to go and how you need to be in the picture, or how will you be in the picture. That would be the picture. How are we going to stay relevant? To still be in the picture. Imagine all the director, movie director. Last time they get the actors to come and act. Now they do an anime. I pay you some royalty, you don't need to act. Do an anime. And with AI even more. All your characters from different movies. I take all your expressions, I put inside. I create Shah Rukh Khan, I create something else like the Khan or Barak Khan or something like that. Similarly, cannot do anything. Then the actors also lose their acting opportunities. Those who like to watch a lot of movies, you like anime or you like actual? Your Netflix series, you watch anime or actual? Actual. Orang masih old school actual. Tapi yang zaman-zaman sekarang dia suka yang anime tu.
Masih ada juga lah tengok anime Jepun punya.
Jepun punya banyak ah.
Nak tahu apa budak sekarang ni. Anak saya remaja.
Okay, we are done. All of you all can. For this place. Alright. I give you all the. If you do this, if you do. Can take. Next body. Can you take back the more?
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome, Bari. Thank you, everybody. Okay.